Good afternoon, friends. Here our group would like to introduce one of the most interesting tourist attraction in Yogyakarta, namely Taman Sari. Taman Sari is a park that used to be a resting place and bathing place for the Sultan and his family. Let's start with a brief history. The former garden or royal palace grounds of the Yogyakarta Sultanate. This garden was built during the reign of Sultan Hamengkubuwono I between 1758 1765. The garden spanned over 10 hectares, featuring approximately 57 structures, including buildings, bathing pools, suspension bridges, water canals, and artificial lake made this island and underwater tunnels. The garden was actively used between 1765 1812, originally stretching from the southwest of the Kedaton complex to the southeast of the Magangan complex. However, today, the remaining parts of Taman Sari that can be seen are only those located in the southwest of the Kedaton complex. Legend has it that Taman Sari was built on the Taman Sari was built on the site of the old royal palace, Pesenggrahan Garjiwati, which was actually built by Susuhunan Paku-Buwono II as a resting place for horse carriage heading to Imogiri. Taman Sari complex can be divided into at least 40 sections. The first section is artificial lake located to the west. The next section includes structures located in the south, the artificial lake, such as the Umbul Binangun bathing area. The third section consists of Pasarian, Ledok Sari, and the Garjiwati pool, situated south of the second section. The final section is located to the east of the first and second section, extending eastward to the southwest of the Magangan. In this part, the main part of Taman Sari was considered the most exotic area. This section consisted of an artificial lake called Segaran, surrounded by buildings, gardens, and greenery, besides being used to cultivate various types of fish. The Segaran artificial lake also served as a place for the Sultan and the royal family to row boats. Today, the artificial lake no longer holds water and has transformed into a densely populated residential area known as Kampung Taman. At the center of Segaran was a man-made island called Pulau Kenongo, planted with kenongo trees. Connected on this artificial island stood a two-story building named Gedung Kenongo. From a distance, the building appeared to float on the water. For the reason, Taman Sari earned the nickname the Water Palace.
To the south of Pulau Kenongo lies another man-made island called Pulau Cemeti. This two-story structure is also referred to as Pulau Panembung. It is said that this was the place where the Sultan meditated. Some also call it Sumur Gumantung or Hanging Well, as there is a well to the south that appears to hang above the ground. Meanwhile, to the west of Pulau Kenongo, there is a circular ring shaped building known as Sumur Gemuling. This two-story structure could only be accessed via an underwater tunnel in this time. Sumur Gemuling is served as a mosque on both floors. Niches can be found is in the walls believed to have been used as the mihrab. At the center of the structure, there are four staircases that converge in the middle from the central convergence. A single staircase leads to the second floor. Beneath the intersection of the four staircases, there is a small pool believed to have been used for ablution.
Gedong Gapura Hageng was the main gateway to the royal garden in its time. At the time, Taman Sari faced west and extended eastward. The gateway, which features several rooms and two staircases, is adorned with reliefs of birds and flowers, symbolizing the year Taman Sari construction was complete in 1691 Japanese.
This is Gedung Lopak-Lopak. To the east of the ancient main gate of Taman Sari lived a octagonal courtyard. In the past, at the center of this courtyard stood a two-story tower called Gedung Lopak-Lopak. As of January 2008, this building no longer exists. All that remains in the courtyard are a row of giant flower pots and door connection. This area to other part of the complex. The door on the eastern side of the octagonal courtyard was one of the gateways leading to Umbul Binangun.
To the east of the octagonal courtyard, there is building called Gedong Gapura Panggung. In the past, this building featured four statues of the dragon serpents, but now only two remain. Gedong Gapura Panggung symbolism the year Taman Sari was constructed. Additionally, this building is adorned with ornamental relief similar to those found in Gedong Gapura Hageng. The eastern side of this building now serves as the entrance to the Taman Sari site.
To the southeast and northeast of the Gapura Panggung Gate, there is a building known as Gedong Temanten. This building was once used as security post and a resting place according to reconstruction of Taman Sari. To the south of this building, there was another structure that no longer remains, while to the north of it was a garden that has since transformed into a regional area.
This section of Taman Sari has live few visible remains, so most of its description comes from reconstruction in the past. This area includes the Pasaran Dalam Ledok Sari complex, the Gajitawati Pool complex, as well as other buildings and gardens. Pasaran Dalam Ledok Sari is the only remaining part that has been preserved and is believed to have been the Sultan's resting place with his queen or a meditation area. The building was shaped like the letter U, with the Sultan's bed positioned at the center beneath which water flow. The complex also includes a kitchen, a toilet rooms, storage rooms, two pools for attendance, and well as spice and vegetable gardens. To the west of this area was the Gajitawati Pool complex, which is thought to be remaining part of the Pesanggrahan Gajitawati and the Umbul Pacatokan, place used by Panembahan Senopati, the Sultan of Mataram.
This final section of Taman Sari has practically vanished, with only the remnants of a suspension bridge and a docks remaining. There was also an artificial lake in the Sonhes Soronbi Garden, as well as a man-made island named Pulau Kinupang. A large canal connected this area to the first part of Taman Sari, with two sections believed to have been the location of the suspension bridge. The dock in Tik complex served as the Sultan's starting point for his journey to Taman Sari by boat. In the past, Taman Sari also had garden that has now become the Ngadisurian village, with the artificial lake transformed into Segaran village. Despite the loss of many elements, the remaining dragons of Taman Sari still serves as a testament to the history and culture of Yogyakarta. It is important to preserve this heritage, as Taman Sari reflects the former grandeur of Yogyakarta and remain an intriguing tourist destination. That's all from our group. See you and goodbye.